Well. Reptar's house is 6 feet under snow, which is why the sunlight is not blinding him this morning.
He's literally not kidding, guys. It's I live in Antarctica, in case you guys didn't know.
No, that's not true, because apparently you're not allowed to broadcast or stream from Antarctica. I don't know if you saw that a few days ago. Dude was like, doing that whole I'm going to visit all the continents, and he landed on Antarctica, and he was like, I'm live streaming, and they were like, give me your phone. Like, these dudes popped up out of the snow and were like, nope, no, absolutely not. Give me your phone.
It's weird, man. They do not want people in Antarctica.
Yeah, sorry, my connection jumped out there for just a second. But yeah, good morning. Happy Wednesday. How is everyone in the chat there? Good morning, Ice. How's it going, Mr. Gray?
Ooh, let me pull up chat.
Yep. It's I do have some interesting good news to share with you today, even though crypto is dumping again. I think we may have a little bit of hopium to share, a little bit of good news. Let me get my stuff set up here and pulled up. But oof. All right, we'll start with everyone's favorite
the bubbles.
Finding Nemo gag.
We really need to get the soundboard set up, man.
I know. Unfortunately, what that means is we have to live stream through OBS versus directly through Restream. And I like Restream's ability to do stuff better. But I can't. All right, there you go. It's just gross.
Ooh. But Uniswap is moving.
Let's see what Uniswap looks like. Why?
I think there was, correct me if I'm wrong, I heard this a couple days ago. I think there was some kind of big announcement for Uniswap. Damn it, now I'm going to have to look it up. Interesting that the only thing pumping in the top 50 right now is a DEX. And then, our random layer 0's pumping because layer 2s are dead.
Layer 0 just got a big boost from Kathy Wood saying she was going to invest, and Layer 0 is looking to. They call themselves Layer 0, but they're just their own Layer 1, right? So let's see. This is not the first I've heard about them today. So let's take a look at them real quick. They're just pumped 70% under a week. But let me go down here and see what it actually is.
Oh wow! So 1 hour ago, BlackRock offers DeFi trading for the first time and buys Uniswap tokens.
Ah, there you go.
So big money's getting into DeFi? Weird. It's almost like they know that the banks aren't going to win.
Or They just want to own both sides, the banks and the DeFi, so that you're paying them either way. All right, Layer Zero is an omni-chain interoperability protocol designed for lightweight message passing across chains. To me, that sounds like what? Anyone? Anyone? ICE? What does that sound like?
The suspense is killing me.
Blockchain of blockchains allows other blockchain networks to communicate directly in a trustless manner. Hey, is it Pučiska from Croatia? Hello, hello. Thanks for joining us this morning. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. Croatia is on my short list of places I want to go see. All of the photos I've seen. Thank you, Ice. There, or thank you, Mr. Gray. There it is. This sounds like Chainlink. Okay. Now I have to close that.
Honestly, like the whole Layer Zero thing, I just don't understand what it offers that Chainlink doesn't. You know what I'm saying?
But Kathy Wood talked it up today. So yeah. But yeah, I'm going to call you Pučiska until you tell me otherwise. But I seriously, Croatia, from what I've seen, as far as like travel places to go, looks absolutely beautiful. So it is on my wife and my short list to go spend some time there, just see the sea, see the mountains.
It's funny. I work with somebody from Croatia, and they told me the same thing. Basically, the country is just like beautiful, for lack of a better word. But I was told
mountains right next to the sea. I mean, yeah. All right, so yeah, this is Zcash. Let me come over here. Zcash down, Render down. Let's see what the big boys are. Bitcoin's down 4% today. ETH down 5%. XRP down 3.7%. Solana down. This is interesting to me. I want you to take a note. Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Solana. We're going to talk about those four here in just a minute. Let me close that. Let's go over here, take a look at the general trends here.
9.
Still not 5. We were at 5 the other day. 2.27. I think yesterday we were at 2.32. It's I want to point out that gold lost more market cap than the entire crypto market cap last week when it dropped from 5,500 to 4,500. So we're still super early.
It's just insane, guys. We haven't seen fear and greed index this low, even during like the whole FTX collapse and all of the other crashes that we've seen. This is the lowest we have ever seen it. It's
even though in the past bear markets we have seen a larger percentage drop. You know, one of the first bear markets, 3 or 4 cycles ago, 3 cycles ago, I guess, it was like an 89% drop in Bitcoin. Everything else just tanked. And then after that was an 80% drop. And I think the last one was in the order of 70%. We're still just under 50% drop. And some people are calling this the bear market and expecting to see another 10 to 15% drop. Other people are saying this is a mid-cycle correction. Does it matter? Only in the short term.
My exact thoughts. To me, yeah, it sucks we're not Lambo shopping this year. Maybe. But Gary Vee made a post yesterday that really kind of got me thinking.
Oh, let me find that. I didn't
you already got it pulled up.
Find it. Awesome. No. I know it's in our Discord. I didn't pull that one up. Let me come back up here. I know where it is. I didn't, of all the stuff that I pulled up, that's not one that there we go. Right there.
So I don't think we're going into a bear market, but I'll get into that in a minute. But this clip, this kind of put things into perspective for me, regardless of if we go up or down or stay where we're at. Love Gary Vee, dude. He's the man.
Yeah. I bought a Gary Vee tie once upon a time. But yeah, it'd be shocked if we get another bite of the apple at this level. I never thought I'd be able to buy it under 70K again. I was listening to Crypto Jeb's morning show, and he is calling for if, one of two things, either we bounce from here and we start our way back up, then this is just a mid-cycle correction. But that's not he said that's possible, but that's not his main opinion. It's that we're on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave. I can't remember if that's Elliott wave or something else. But basically, we are looking at one more drop, just because that's the bear market pattern. One more drop, and he's calling for maybe even as low as mid 50s. So he's one of the few that's like full blown bear. For, many, like, don't get me wrong, the dude is like long term. He's like, yeah, Bitcoin's going to go to 1 million. I may be 100 years old when it happens, but Bitcoin will go to 1 million. But he's long term bullish, short term. He's like, it looks like a bear market.
So it's interesting because I genuinely don't think it's going to fall below 60K. And here's why. I was watching, we do a lot of research before we come on the show, and I was watching the news and they were talking about that 60K level. And essentially, they call it the energy cost of Bitcoin. If Bitcoin falls below 60,000, it's going to force mining operations to shut down. What that means is the electricity that it takes to mine a Bitcoin is getting dangerously close to the profits. And when that happens, we're getting closer to Bitcoin's actual price. Sometimes it's underevaluated, sometimes it's overevaluated. The miners are constantly running the numbers. And I know this because I was a miner in the past. It's not quite profitable anymore, but for these big companies that do nothing but mine, they're paying attention to these levels because if they can continue to mine, let's say Bitcoin goes to 40,000, I very much doubt that would happen. But there's a lot of incentive for them to accumulate, but there's also a huge financial risk for them to continue to operate. So this is a critical point. And, we see a lot of buying happening right now. But if we stay at these levels for the next year and a half, so be it.
Can I hit this one time this is it looks like we're not getting a rate cut. Okay. You're talking about buying, and I wanted to bring this up.
I'm getting way ahead of you today.
No, you're absolutely, like, you said that. I was like, okay, let's move to this since we're talking about buying for the next year. Look at this. U.S. government is quietly buying Bitcoin to establish the strategic reserve, and no one's talking about it. I would love to see some on-chain evidence of that, but I would not be surprised. Kramer said that, there's rumors that they're going to start buying at 60. Would they like to buy some at 55 too? Probably.
If they weren't buying, and I have a feeling we're going to see a lot of trading over the next few days, if they weren't buying, I would be concerned because they just dumped tons of different coins. So this is difficult, guys, because anybody that's an influencer, does news in this industry, nobody really knows what's going to happen, especially considering there's so much manipulation going on. And I read a really interesting thing, unless you have this pulled up already, JC. It was talking about gold. I think we talked about this yesterday, how, people are panicking into gold because the dollar's losing its value, and, it's traditionally been a good asset.
Is it that one, or did you have something else in mind?
It's the conspiracy theorist in me is thinking that.
Oh yeah, we had that up yesterday, didn't we?
Yeah. I'm starting to really think about it more and more because, again, this is what I was talking about.
See if I can find it while you're sharing. Keep talking about it. I'll see if I can find it.
Between gold and Bitcoin right now, if you were to roll your profits from gold into Bitcoin, you are setting yourself up for a serious.
Here you go.
Yeah. I think this is the,
That one.
yeah. They're doing something, and they're being shady. And gold and silver have never seen these kind of run ups, and then they all of a sudden silver crashed hard. It, there's just so much going on that doesn't make sense. And when things don't make sense, it's because we don't know the whole story. And I really think they're using this as an opportunity to pump their bags. Why buy Bitcoin at 100,000 when you can buy it at 60?
We're just gonna leave that there and we'll move on.
This is literally the whole point that I personally am in crypto to begin with, is because it's just like the entire system is built for them to win and for us to fail. And I think I speak for everyone when I say these 61% drops are just, it's brutal. It's brutal to hold through them.
I just want to make enough money that I and my kids and maybe even their kids can do whatever it is we're passionate about and just be left the hell alone. That's it. That's all I want.
I just don't want them to lose all their money to inflation. That's like where I'm at. It's interesting. I watched this show with my son called Tuttle Twins. Maybe some of you guys have seen it. And it teaches you concepts that you don't learn in school, basically. And it talks about inflation. And, you know, the dollar has lost, correct me if I'm wrong, JC, 50% of its purchasing power over the past 2 years.
Well, I'll give you a number to corroborate that. This current funding bill to fund the U.S. military is asking for, the last funding bill was $900 billion. This funding bill is asking for $1.5 trillion to maintain the same programs. Not to build anything new, not to expand, because the cost to maintain what they have has gone up more than 50%. Absolutely. Is it Puchischa? I did Google. Puchischa? But yeah, in fear moments, small buyers will sell, and big buyers.
Mr. Gray, damn right. I do not have enough H-bar, and I did not think I'd be buying it at 8 cents again, for sure.
Yeah, no. But hey, stack what you can. Full disclosure, and I'm gonna blow Reptar's mind and everybody's mind here. I have put my Bored Ape up for sale. It's a small ETH loss. It's a larger USD loss when you compare the price of ETH versus the price of ETH, but that's not really a helpful comparison. It's a small ETH loss for me, but I want cash on the side for this next dip. Enough so that I'm willing to take a small loss now so that I can have cash to go in heavy if Bitcoin goes down to like 55, because everything else is going to go down as well. I mean, imagine snagging H-bar at 5 cents, or XRP under $1, or Chainlink at $5,
and we do not get
or Ondo at 15 cents. I mean, I want some cash on hand, and so I'm going to take a small loss on my Bored Ape. And if don't get me wrong, maybe Bored Apes drop down below 3 ETH, and I just pick it back up and sell it for 6 ETH. I don't know. Who knows? We'll see. But I want some cash.
And that's the thing. As prices get lower and lower, the incentive to buy is just insane. Because if you know, if you know what some of these projects are doing, it doesn't matter what the price is at. It's like, sweet, fire sale. It is possible the dip is over. But that's just going off of the previous dips and previous cycles. There's a lot of manipulation going on right now. So it's hard to really say, but I like what JC said. I don't care if Bitcoin goes to $4,000 tomorrow. it's still
I'll
going
just be
to.
sad that I probably spent all of my cash when it was in the 50s, and if it goes down to 4, I'm gonna be like, dadgummit, I could have had more.
JC said don't sell kidneys and stuff to fund the bags. If Bitcoin goes to 4,000, I
I don't
will.
know if Bitcoin goes to 4, and you can get your kidney sold quickly, you can buy a new kidney. Not financial or medical advice.
And again, that's
Sarcasm.
obviously a joke, but it's not. Because as it gets cheaper and cheaper, the incentive to buy is just greater and greater. So,
All right, so this came out yesterday. Goldman Sachs had to disclose as their their quarterly earnings or whatever that they are holding $2.36 billion worth of crypto. Goldman Sachs. This is their portfolio allocation. They currently hold $1.1 billion worth of Bitcoin, $1 billion worth of Ethereum, $153 million worth of XRP, and $108 million worth of Sol. Guys, if you're not comfortable getting into all of the nitty gritty of all the cryptos, follow the whales. You can follow Goldman Sachs.
this portfolio sucks, in my personal opinion.
It's this portfolio is safe compared to other. My allocations would be exactly the opposite of that. But they don't need, like, they have $1 billion. They just need it to double or triple. I need my $100 to 100x. So,
And it's insane because we talked about this yesterday, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, JC. $1 billion if you got $1 million a day. We said 27 years, or was that 10 billion?
I'd have to go back and watch.
We're
I
gonna
don't
have to do
remember.
math again.
So if I gave you, and I think it was $1 million an hour. If I gave you $1 million an hour, how long? Because that'd be 1,000 hours. So how long is 1,000 hours? 10 days is 240.
Roughly,
Times 4. It's roughly 40 days. Quick math.
the amount of money that this is. Again, we bring this up because it's important to kind of wrap your head around how much money this really is. And if the banks thought they were going to win, and obviously we've talked about this for days, but the banks are threatened by the stablecoin APY. We'll get into that in a second with the Clarity Act.
That is really the main point of this video today.
Yeah, but no, this is good. It's very strange. They're not just holding a little bit of crypto. They're holding billions of dollars of crypto. And
this is just one. This is Goldman Sachs. We know BlackRock has a ton. The largest asset, JP Morgan has a ton. They all have billions of dollars worth of crypto, all the while telling you for a decade that crypto is a pet rock, crypto is a scam, crypto is for money laundering and criminal organizations. Well, they're right on that aspect, aren't they? How many times is
they're the perfect people to use it?
Yeah. All right, let's get into the bank. I do want to point this out. Not that one here. Unemployment came in a little bit lower than expected. Rate cuts are probably off the table now. So yeah, that's why we see this number right here. All right, let's move on to this right here from Cryptos R Us. Banks signal the first compromise in the stablecoin showdown. Did the banks blink? Maybe. But at the meeting on the 10th, today is the 11th. So at the meeting yesterday between banks and crypto firms, no resolution on the stablecoin yields. But they're still trying to work stuff out to get the Clarity Act squared away. But banks presented draft language for the bill. It says, hey, what if we wrote it like this? Okay, that acknowledges possible exemptions for transaction-based rewards, making the first time. So what they've said, they're not going to budge, I don't think, on look. You guys can't give yield on for someone just holding a stable coin on your exchange. But if you want to give yields for them buying and selling, and you want to give it, stable coins, cool. Is that a big deal? Maybe not so much in the specificity of it, but the fact that they were like, you know what? Here's a little compromise. They took down the middle finger and were like, thumb, maybe a slight. I don't know.
You know what I noticed? I was looking at the stablecoin yield on Coinbase, and it's for USDC, obviously. And what's interesting to me is you have to pay for Coinbase One to get the 4.6% on USDC.
How much is Coinbase One?
It's $6 a month. Think about that. Not only are they giving their customers more money, they are going to make stupid money
On their fees. Now,
on
also,
just
I'll point out, Coinbase One also allows you up to, I'm going to make up a number, so please don't quote me on this. We'll put the correct number, but let's say, because when you trade tokens or buy tokens, they charge a small fee. But if you have Coinbase One, that fee is waived up to, I don't know, $500 total.
and you get cash back
a month. Yeah. So they're doing what they can to, and why are they doing this? Because they want customers.
Go look at every bank right now. I'm telling you, I just did this. Look at every single checking account, open new checking account. Every single bank right now is offering $300, $400, $500. Just come open an account. Give us your money.
No, give me 2% instead of 0.1%. How about that?
Why are they willing to pay you $400 to put your money in their bank?
You should open an account, take that $400, and buy some Ethereum. Not financial advice. All right. So let's see. This is if you want to dig into it, you can see this is Cryptos RS. Here is their the offer, I guess, the wording offer. Prohibition on stablecoin use, anti-evasion, representative disclosures, study and rulemaking. So they're referencing the Genius Act, which was already passed by Congress this year, or last year, sorry. Just want that's important. The banks did at least make a token gesture of compromise. That is good for us in the crypto markets.
And to be totally honest, I'm indifferent about the stablecoin thing. 4% doesn't interest me when I can get 26% on a liquidity farm.
Right. And there's no argument over an exchange offering you a return on your ETH or your HBAR or your Bitcoin. The argument is specifically over stablecoins. And I think one of the reasons Coinbase is one of the few, Brian Armstrong is one of the few people that's like, no bill is better than a bad bill. And I think a lot of other crypto industry people are like, dude, stablecoin yield, I understand that's your thing, but we don't need stablecoin yield. We need our projects to move forward. And so that's why I think there's ultimately, I would not be surprised if the stablecoin yield just for holding is not. Now, if there's a transaction thing like staking rewards, might be another type of transactional reward. Maybe if you stake, like a lockup staking, or maybe a not locked up, I don't know. But just simply right now, Coinbase, for example, is giving some rewards just for holding your assets on their platform. You don't have to do anything with it; you just hold it. So maybe if maybe that's a way to get through that, and if that's the case, spell it out explicitly, like active staking, an active like a transactional reward. You are making a transaction in the Coinbase ecosystem. You are staking your stable coins on Coinbase. Not just, oh, I've got them, I'm holding them there. If it's as simple as that, sign that damn paperwork now and let's get this rolling.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, I think there's a reason BlackRock's buying Uniswap, because I don't know if I can share this without.
Here, I can pull mine.
Oh, you're good. Look at. Okay, don't get me wrong.
Switch to that.
This is an incredibly risky pool because of impermanent loss. We're not going to get into that right now, but look at that APY. Let's go to something safer. I guess.
Don't do it L2. Don't do an L1 staking.
Yeah,
pool.
that's a good point.
A V1, sorry.
So let's go to the safest one.
There's USD. Go back up to USDC H bar right there, 27%.
Insane. And if you guys want to pick something a little bit safer, I mean, something like H bar Pack, because they move together. Sauce H bar moves together. Even if you get Quant and H bar, Quant and H bar are both great projects. They do typically move together. 12%. And
hey,
again,
Coinbase is not going to give you 12% on your USDC. Just saying. But this involves a transaction on Saucer Swap. You have to put $100 of H bar and $100 of USDC into a liquidity pool, and you put that money in, and you get back a liquidity token. Okay, and that represents your quote investment in the staking pool, and that generates your return.
And
so
again,
that is a transactional reward, right?
Yeah, and there's a lot of risks being taken because you're betting on both assets moving together. But if that's too scary for you and you're nervous about that and you still want to get more than the 4%, boom. Just for traditional staking. This obviously isn't USD, it's sauce. But again, my point in this, guys, is DeFi has always been the answer to this problem. And it makes sense that they want to attack stablecoins. But at the end of the day, people are going to find workarounds. People are going to do different things. And again, I do not think it's a coincidence that Uniswap's pumping right now.
Nope. The big money players in the world, let's just face it, they're smarter than us, and they have more information than us, and they are the ones that are actually causing things to happen. They are acting. We are just being acted upon. But I'm sorry, guys. I've got a lunch to get to here in about 25 minutes. I have to leave. So let's hit some other news. Like I said, the big things, the Clarity Act did see some movement from the banks, which is good. And the more I think about it, the more I realize that might be enough. If it really is the way I explained it, like, hey, staking involves a transaction, and so therefore Coinbase could offer a yield on staking versus just holding. I think that's good enough. Let's make it happen. If that's not the case, then I'll let the lawyers work it out. But let's move on to some other news. Like I said, the Clarity Act movement, and then whatever else we've already talked about today. Sorry, I got a very little sleep last night. And Goldman Sachs, and yeah. So here we go. From Altcoin Buzz, the new real-world asset king, Santiment, just confirmed that Hedera is the #1 blockchain for real-world asset development.
Interesting, because I thought that was Ondo, honestly. I thought they had tokenized more, but honestly, HBAR is doing more than just tokenization of stock.
Well, this says real-world asset development, not real-world tokenization. I did have, let me see if I have the Ondo one. I don't. I had an Ondo post pulled up, but I ended up not doing it.
HBAR, $150.
HBAR to 150. Huh.
He didn't say no.
No, I was that was me. You know how you sit around and you go, what would I do if I won the lottery? What would I do if HBAR went to $150?
Guys, alts, if Bitcoin goes, alts are going to go absolutely parabolic. $150. Don't attack me in the comments. Realistically, we're thinking probably 10.
If you're basing your HBAR price prediction on $150, you're an idiot.
Or a mad genius.
Here's some more news. London, the Bank of England, just confirmed its new settlement synchronization participants. Oh, look, people we've talked about. Chainlink, Quant, and Linea, XRP, Telcoin, HBAR, XDC, AVAX, Sol. It's like we might have done a little bit of research, and maybe there is a chance that we might be right.
See, this is a portfolio. Mr. Gray, I definitely agree. We saw HBAR at 40 cents last year.
if this Bored Ape sells, I'll be looking for dips on XRP, HBAR, and Ondo. That's it. One more little bit of XRP here. Major financial institutions are already running on Ripple infrastructure for cross-border payments. SBI, maybe you've heard of them. Sam Commercial Bank. Triangle, I've heard of them. I'm not sure what they are. Bitso uses XRP for instant settlements. These aren't pilots. This is not testing. They're using them. This is live production volume on the Ripple rails. And so this is from X Finance Bull, by the way. Once the Clarity Act passes, the migration path to XRP on-demand liquidity and RLUSD settlement becomes obvious. I will point out that Brad Garlinghouse himself said yesterday, XRP is always the primary focus of Ripple. Like RLUSD, yes, but XRP and the XRP token is vital to the Ripple infrastructure.
I feel like they just did RLUSD because someone told them to.
Let's see if I can bring this up a little bigger. There we go. Major financial institutions using Ripple for cross-border payments. Bitso, SBI Remissions, Sam Commercial Bank, Travelex, Bank First, Nylum, I'm not sure who that is, Tranglo, Money Match, Flash Payments. This is Centby, I don't know, Modular, Hi-Ha Money Transfer. So this is all cross-border payment stuff, okay? One of the very first things, SBI is the big one on this list here.
They are trusting Ripple right now with literally billions of dollars.
Yeah. They're doing it on the XRP ledger, which requires XRP. Ondo is currently dipped. Let's see. What's the Ondo price right now? Ondo.
There seems to be a pattern.
Look at this. Let's see what else I got. I think we did that. All right. I have two questions for you that are not crypto related, just to end the day. Reptar, how old are you? Actually, we'll do this one first. This has nothing to do with how old you are. Here's a question in the comments, either live or in the comments if you're watching the show. Which narrative wins 2026? Real world assets, privacy, meme coins, DeFi, layer 2s, AI, NFTs, ETFs, DEXs, Solana, layer 1s, gaming, DePIN, robotics, prediction markets, casinos, stablecoins, restaking, or tokenizing everything. Which narrative wins this year? What do you think?
It's too hard to pick. Guess in the chat hole do you think Reptar is. I'm going to drop the bombshell for everyone. Layer 1's probably not. Gaming, no. Robotics, no. DePIN. It's between real world assets, DeFi, and
AI.
Yeah. I mean, I wanted to say privacy, but yeah.
Privacy's nice. I don't think it beats out the others. I think those narratives have the strongest. When they say which narrative will win, I interpret that as which of these narratives has the greatest increase in asset value. Like, for example, which tokens, real world asset tokens, DeFi tokens, AI tokens, which projects are going to do the best as far as increasing in value or market cap or money in 2026.
And you know, Mr. Reyes, it's a great point. We know this is a lot of options.
ICE is correct. Banks.
That's very much the problem. Is there's millions of cryptos out there. It's like, what ones do you buy? It's overwhelming when you're coming in as a new person. You see all this.
I think that's a sleeper. I think that one's going to creep up on people because not a lot of people know what it is. That's a new type of thing for me to even like. I barely have dipped my toes into understanding what DePIN is.
It's frustrating because when I first got into crypto, I was very much chasing projects. You know, the chain links, the XLMs, VeChain. I was looking at projects. This cycle, this is my strategy. I'm chasing narrative. It doesn't matter what AI coin you buy. they're all going to pump. It doesn't matter if you buy Ondo, Quant, or HBAR. Reptar's gonna be super disappointed if you don't buy HBAR, but the point is, you need to be chasing narratives right now, because this is the first time ever that this technology is being used for something. Before, it was all speculation, and I literally don't care about the price right now, because
before it was, oh, it says .com, buy. Now we're like, okay, what's going to survive? How is this actually going to be used? Let me figure out that, and I'll buy that.
What you showed yesterday, that kid sold a domain that was AI.com for $70 million.
Did you see because that was the guy at crypto.com bought it. Did you see that within one day he was offered $500 million for that domain name? And he turned it down.
Not
they have plans for
$500 million to lose money. They are offering him that with the expectation that they're going to make money off of it. That's insane. For a domain name.
How old is Reptar? How old is Reptar?
I hope you guys are already bought AI.eth.
The .eth addresses haven't done anything
yet.
True. All right. I'm waiting for somebody to guess how old Reptar is.
Nobody's guessed.
Nobody cares. Sorry, man.
I
care. Are you 25? Reptar's 20. Reptar's 20. Reptar's 17. All right. Once a man turns 30, he becomes interested in one of the following. Which is it for you? Ice, Mr. Gray, I know y'all are old, like me.
All right, I'm just going to go through them real quick. Hate golf. World War II, interesting, but bad. Roman history, absolutely. Smoking meats, no, not a beer guy, but low expense ratio ETFs, no, don't own any. Crypto, obviously. Cold plunges, no. I live in the Adirondacks, no. Whiskey, no, I'm more of a rum guy. JC likes his whiskey. Joe Rogan, 100%. Who doesn't like Joe Rogan? Land, budgeting apps. That's funny.
Reptar has collectibles behind him. Reptar's been in collectibles way before 30.
Full disclosure, I downloaded a lot of budgeting apps last week.
I like Rocket. That's what we use for ours.
Yep, that's true. That's it, guys. Look, I've been fully doxxed.
Yeah, so I'm not the guy that watches the History Channel for the World War II stuff. I am interested in American and Roman history, but I've always been interested in history. I have a history degree, which is worthless, but I have one. Smoking meats, I don't do. Craft beers, I don't do. Low expense ratio ETFs, nope. Cryptocurrencies, obviously. Saunas and cold plunges, I know what they're talking about, but no, I'm not getting in that. Fitness trackers, nope, I don't do that. Cast iron skillets, no. Whiskey, yes. Joe Rogan, not really. Like I might have listened to him once or twice. Collectibles, I'm not a collectibles guy. Land, I would love to buy land. I do look at land a lot, but I don't own any land.
I had such a bad joke about that, but I'm censoring myself about the land thing.
Budgeting apps, I have a budgeting app. Espresso machines, I don't drink coffee. Japanese chef knives, no, I'm not spending that money.
Do samurai swords count?
No, that's something different. Swords are different.
So close.
Why? There should be something about... Well, never mind. We'll get canceled.
Back pain medication? Oh, I'm all by myself. He left me all alone.
Am I back?
He's back. He's back and better than ever.
All right, guys, that's all I've got, unless Reptar has something else for you.
No, guys, again, we're kind of waiting in the wings to see what happens, but the takeaway from today is understand what this technology is doing and follow the narratives, because again, I've said this like I feel like 3 times the past couple days. These people are not wrong. They know what they're doing. They have all the control. They have all the money. They are not throwing around hundreds of millions of dollars for no reason.
They don't take risk. I mean, don't get me wrong, they do take some risk, but it's always small risks. They don't take big risks.
So, JC, what is tonight?
Oh, let's see. It's Wednesday night, and I'm pretty sure sometime around 9 p.m. Eastern time, we host a game night every week. And I will point out that last week, even though it was like 2 or 3 days premature, we celebrated our 4th year on Discord as an Alpha Origins community. We've been doing this, guys, for 4 years. We've given away over $250,000 worth of prizes over 4 years, plus countless bits of fun and degeneracy. And basically what we do here on the live stream, just think it's like that, except we're a lot less censored and a lot more random, if that's possible. But our goal is still the same, to help people onboard into crypto. We talk a lot more about gaming on game nights, I imagine that. But the goal is the same, to make sure that everybody makes it. We all gonna make it. And so we do that at game night.
Right around now, things are stressful, right? People are looking at prices and things are getting boring. We work very closely with a lot of the Web3 gaming companies, played Serum City. We've got some stuff going on with Yuga and other side, as well as Alluvium we were working really close with. We got in early with Big Time and some other projects. We're going to be getting back into Nexus. The gaming is really what keeps the community together. It's a lot of fun. We're making money playing games, and you got to do something to kill the time while we're waiting for Jenny Wealth. So we will have some announcements coming about the games that we're involved with. A lot of what we like to do is we like to give early access to these games. That way you guys can, kind of get in and get in early. So definitely come in, check out game night. You might even win some free stuff. And
I'm going to have a question. If you're in game night tonight, I'm going to have a question for you about your opinion on a possible mint.
We seriously.
We want your opinion.
Yeah, guys, we're seriously.
That's all we're now. Get in a Discord. Find out.
I don't think that was suspicious at all. I think we buried the lead pretty well.
Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I've got to head out for a lunch meeting. I hope you have a good Wednesday. I hope we wake up tomorrow and H bar is at $5. Would that make everyone like? What would you do, Reptar, if you woke up tomorrow and H bar was $5?
I would immediately drop $10,000 in the Discord, like tip bot, and then I would go traveling for like a year. That's on my personal bucket list. But
take your realistically, you need to get a Starlink so that you can like be on the live show. But yeah, heck yeah.
I'm gonna buy a satellite with my H bar.
If H bar hit $5 tomorrow, I would sell some. That's what I would do.
Some. Heard that.
Yeah, some. Like maybe 25%.
We do have a price prediction video on H bar where I said it's going to go to $150. Please go leave us some hate comments and call us some alarm. We really appreciate it.
I'm going to make a response video to that video saying if you follow someone, and you make your decisions based on their price prediction of H bar is $150, you're an idiot. You're following an idiot.
What a paradox. Realistically, guys, the reason I am so bullish on H bar, I had this conversation with somebody else. The World Health Organization and the military industrial complex, very, very important data, almost super sensitive classified data. It'd be real bad if, terrorist organizations got the president's medical records, let's say. or schematics for a new plane that Boeing is building. This is very, very sensitive data, and HBAR was the one chosen. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yeah. Get the Discord tonight. We have stuff to talk about. Have a great Wednesday, and we'll talk to you in the morning if we don't see you tonight. Chomp chomp.
Chompy.